One of the limitations of your robot's arm is that it can get too low and hit the chassis, or get caught on other objects in its environment. In this lesson, we will use feedback from the limit switch to prevent the arm from over-lowering. But first, a few details about the limit switch. The limit switch is a digital sensor, plugged into digital port 6 on the VEX Cortex. The actual sensor is the small, black button below the larger metal arm. When pressed, the limit switch provides a sensor value of 1. When released, it provides a value of 0. The fact that the limit switch is either pressed or released, 1 or 0, is what categorizes it as a digital sensor. Open the fine-tuned arm control program if you don't already have it open from the previous lesson. Our goal is to prevent the arm from over-lowering, so we need to focus on the portion of our code that controls lowering the arm. Here, the second if statement checks if the down button in group 6 is pressed, and lowers the arm if it is. We still want the human driver to control when the arm is lowered, so we can't simply replace the existing condition with one that checks the limit switch. Rather, what we really want is a condition that checks if the human driver is pressing the down button, and checks that the limit switch is released before lowering the arm. Well, the keyword here is the word "and". In programming, when you want to check multiple conditions before deciding to run a body of code, you can use what are called logical operators. The AND logical operator allows you to combine two conditions and evaluates the combined pair as true only when each individual condition is true. Place your cursor just after the existing condition in the if statement, but before the closing parenthesis. Add a space, and then type 2 ampersands to represent the AND. Add another space, and then type the second condition to check if the limit switch is released. Sensor value, front limit, equals 0. The code can be understood as, if the group 6 down button is pressed and the front limit switch is released, lower the arm. Note that the AND can only be used to combine two complete conditions. Let's try it out. Compile and download. And run. Remember that this program requires you to press the down button in group 7 as a remote start, and that you only have 90 seconds of remote control over the robot. Now, as you lower the arm, releasing the group 6 down button or pressing the limit switch will stop the downward movement. In this lesson, you learned how to incorporate feedback from the limit switch to improve your control over the arm, and learned that the AND logical operator can be used to combine multiple conditions. Move on to the next lesson to continue to fine-tune your control over the arm using the potentiometer.